Good morning, girls, and welcome back to a new video. I am just finishing off my clean, simple eats, and I am about 3/4 of the way through my protein coffee, which means by the time I'm done with the two of these, I will be at 65 grams of protein, and it is currently 8:08 in the morning. So I'm in a really good place as far as my nutrition, my protein, and getting in those raw materials in order to feel my best today and honestly every single day. So for today's video, I am really excited to dig into this topic because I feel like seasonally now more than ever, and last week I'm almost certain it would have been my last video, was my cozy holiday decorate with me. And I talked about in that video the importance of really being present in the season and wanting to enjoy the season, and how truly I look forward all year long to the months of November and December. These 2 months are my favorite months of the year. So I want to show up every day and feel my absolute best. I want to feel that way 365 days per year, but especially during these 2 months. And I know that as women, and especially as mothers, there can be a lot on our plate right now, and we can feel overburdened with the amount of responsibilities, the stress, the to-do list, that we can feel like our energy is completely drained and zapped. So I want to talk with you girls today about why you may be feeling the way that you're feeling, why you may be feeling tired, and more than anything, the things that we can do, the interventions that we can take to help you feel your best. Today's video is in collaboration with LabCorp On Demand. This has been part of a 3-part series that I've done with them, and this is the final video in the series. I will have the other 2 videos linked for you in the description box down below. The first video, we went to LabCorp and we got my blood test done. The blood test that I had purchased on my own on LabCorp On Demand. Then the next video was us going over my results. And today's video, I want to discuss with you how I'm bringing all of this data into my day-to-day routine, how it's impacting potential changes that I have made. And more than anything, I hope that after seeing the last video that I did where I went over my results, you can see that it is really important to show up and be the person that you want to be, because my labs were honestly pristine. And as a functional diagnostic nutritionist, who my actual daytime job as a clinician is reviewing labs 7 days a week. I shouldn't be working on the weekends, but I do. I look at labs 7 days a week, and seeing my results come in, one, I have no ego. I was excited. Actually, when I wanted to do this video series, the one that you're seeing now, it was like getting my lab results and then making changes based on deficiencies. Well, my lab results came back and there were no deficiencies. And so I hope that after seeing that video, you saw that the things I talk about on this channel, the lifestyle interventions, the nutritional interventions, the supplementation that I talk about actually works. I hope that you feel that now more than ever, that me showing all of those labs on the screen and giving you the picture of like, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is the roadmap. You can follow it too, and you also can get results like this. So for today's video, we're going to talk about the reasons that you might be feeling tired and how to fix it. Whether that is by heading out to LabCorp On Demand, which I highly recommend, and getting your blood test, a fatigue test, a micronutrient test. Those 2 tests are incredible to give us more than a jumping off point. It gives us a really beautiful picture, and you can go on and purchase those on your own. So whether it is getting those tests done and then coming in and making these lifestyle interventions, there is so much that we can do to help you feel energized and sharp and motivated on a day-to-day basis. And so I'm excited for today's video. I hope you girls are too. And I feel like the timing is so imperative and so important. While I love myself a protein coffee, and while I do, heck, I do love myself a seasonal cup from Starbucks, even though it is not the best quality coffee. We know that there's mold in it. We know that there's mycotoxins. We know that the liner of the cup has forever chemicals, PFAS in it. But I think even with that, even with the joy of a holiday protein coffee or the joy of a seasonal cup, we should never be reliant on stimulants to give us our best energy, to fight through that fatigue and to fight through feeling tired. We want to know answers as to why you may be feeling that way. And then we can get from point A to point B because we can develop a plan and help you feel your best. And that's exactly what we're going to do in today's video. so good to have the kitchen clean. I've got my Ro Casa Christmas cheer candle burning. Girls, this smells so good. I just did an Instagram reel showing like all of my non-toxic holiday favorites. You can still enjoy on my lips. I have the Ro Casa Holiday Balm. I'll show you. It is so pretty. So this is what I currently have as like a little pretty lippy. Like I'm obsessed with this. This is not Ro Casa. Did I say Ro Casa? Primally Pure Holiday Lip Balm. And then I bought the Primally Pure Whipped Holiday Butter. Yum. It smells so good. And in that reel, I showed the Ro Casa candle and the Ro Casa Christmas Cheer Essential Oil. I will have that linked for you girls in the description box down below. But I did a quick sweep of the kitchen because it was a tight morning this morning. I am solo momming it. So on those mornings, when Kaya's home, we typically tag team in the morning. I'm able to get lunches made. I'm able to unload the dishwasher. And then we're both like doing breakfast together. He's doing water bottles. We tag team. And so I'm able to get most of like the morning chores done before we even head to the bus. I didn't have an opportunity to do that this morning. So cleaning the kitchen, getting my diffuser going, having the candle burning, it just feels so good. And so I love having my space clear. I love having my space clean. I love having a routine. All of these things make me feel really optimized and really good. I just made a ginseng tea before I head into the office and I have to jump on a few calls. But the reason I wanted to film this video for you girls today is because oftentimes, look at that steam coming off. Oftentimes, we just chalk up feeling tired to being a mom, or being a woman, or being on our period, or being in our luteal phase. Like we just have these like really big misconceptions of what feeling tired really looks like. And we just think that that's the way that life is. And I want you girls to know that you do not have to settle for that. I hope that by watching my channel and being a part of this community, you feel empowered to know that not only do you deserve better, but you can feel better too, okay? You deserve better, and feeling better is absolutely something that we can help you achieve. Okay, so fatigue can come from so many hidden causes. And as mentioned, I did purchase my labs with LabCorp On Demand, and I did the micronutrient test and the fatigue test. So fatigue can come from so many hidden causes, whether that's blood sugar instability, low iron or ferritin. Low ferritin and low iron are something I see on a daily basis, low vitamin D, sluggish thyroid, poor sleep quality, and or stress dysregulation. And through the two tests that I purchased, I was able to get this beautiful, as you're seeing here on the screen, this beautiful snapshot of where my body is at. And through that, through these labs, we're able to find that your energy issues do not come down to willpower, okay? Most of the time, much of the time, I would say upwards to 95% of the time, I see personally as a clinician, it does not come down to lack of motivation or lack of willpower. It comes down to a biochemical need for more support. Not more effort, okay? Not more effort. You can't effort your way into feeling better. It comes from simple, tiny tweaks. So if your vitamin D levels are not on par, if we are not seeing your vitamin D levels in optimal range, you are going to feel it. You are going to absolutely feel it. And the thing that I often talk about, and you see me share in nearly every single video, is taking your magnesium alongside your vitamin D. As you can see right now when I'm filming this, it looks like it's 9 o'clock at night. It's literally 9:45 in the morning, but I live in the Midwest and it is November. So this combo here is more important than ever. And as you can see here on the screen from my labs, my magnesium and vitamin D levels are in the optimal range. They're not in the normal range. They're in the optimal range. And that is because I am so strategic with my nutrition and my supplementation. So this doesn't come down to effort or willpower or motivation. This comes down to raw ingredients in, create an outcome, okay? When we can give our body the proper nutrients and raw ingredients, that is when the magic happens, girls, okay? So it doesn't matter how much ginseng tea you drink or how many protein coffees you drink or how many energy fizzes that you take. At the end of the day, we have to give our body the nutrients that it needs to thrive. And this is where LabCorp On Demand has become such a critical part of not only my journey, but within my private practice as well. I've said this so many times, but LabCorp On Demand is giving us access to something I never thought I would see in my lifetime. I truly, I can vividly remember being diagnosed with Hashimoto's thyroiditis at 26 years old. I vividly can remember that moment and being like, what's a lab? What's a TSH? What's T3 to T4? What's conversion? I had no idea. What's a TPO, anti-TPO? That was Latin to me at 26 years old. I'm 41 years old now, and I am more than proficient. I'm an expert in this area, okay? This is something I've been practicing now for a decade. So the fact that now, at this time in 2025, when I'm filming this video, we have access to go on LabCorp On Demand and purchase these tests that your doctors are using in practice. It is the exact same testing, but we are given the agency to purchase these on our own is completely revolutionary. And I always say this, I get so excited about it. And honestly, I feel so grateful. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive that we have this agency. And I feel empowered, and I feel like we have truly turned a corner when it comes to accessibility and the ability to deeply understand what's happening inside of our body, whether it's with, tracking devices, whether it is with labs via LabCorp On Demand. There is so much that we have access to now, and I am empowered and I am motivated to shout it from the rooftops as a clinician and as a practitioner. So the exciting thing with LabCorp On Demand, aside from it being the exact same test that your doctor runs in office, LabCorp On Demand offers over 80 different lab tests that you can purchase directly, no doctor's appointment required. You can go on and you can purchase these directly on your own without a prescription. You then can schedule an appointment online or walk in to any of their over 2,000 patient service centers nationwide. It is so easy and so convenient. I went on, I purchased my test, I had an appointment. I could get an appointment truly the very next day. I waited for 2 days later. You also, if you are doing hormone testing, you want to be sure that you read the instructions to test based on your cycle. The test times were endless. I was able to get in anytime I wanted. And then the results came back so quickly. And as those tests came in quickly, the beautiful thing is LabCorp On Demand makes it so easy for you to understand what your results mean. So of course, if you want to know holistically how all of this works together, you can take these tests to your primary care team, or you could book a lab review with myself. It shows you here, as you can see on the screen, a sliding scale of where you fall, whether you fall in the low range, the high range, the optimal, or the normal range of the test. And so these results come in quickly and they give you the clarity to make real changes more than anything. From iron-rich meals to adjusting your morning routine, you're able to see where there's gaps and where you can make improvements. So if you're ready to understand your nutrients, your micronutrients, and your fatigue on a deeper level, instead of just settling for feeling exhausted and tired every single day, then I will have my link for you in the description box down below, as well as my code, where you can take this simple and accessible step in the right direction to really take agency of your own health by going on LabCorp On Demand and purchasing tests that fit you and your health goals. So girls, I hope that seeing these levels here and deeply understanding how getting in your magnesium, getting your vitamin D, pairing your organ complex with vitamin C, consuming your iron-rich foods with vitamin C and fiber to effectively get them where they need to be is motivating, because it is easy. It is easy to fall into feeling too busy to take care of yourself, when at the end of the day, I hope that seeing my labs here shows you that this is possible at 41 years old or whatever your age is. You truly can optimize your health, and it does not take a complete life overhaul. Small, mini, micro steps in the right direction. You already know what I'm gonna say. I'm waiting because I know you're guessing. What am I gonna say? Wake up in the morning, make the lemon ginger tonic, put the salt under your tongue, drink it down, get outside, look up into the sky indirectly at the sun. If you see sun, whenever it's out, get outside, look up, get your steps in, move after a carb-heavy meal, eat your iron-rich foods, take your minerals, get adequate sleep, and you can absolutely feel your best. You do not have to settle for feeling exhausted around the clock. Okay, girls, I have changed. I've just gotten the kids off the bus and I've changed into cozy clothes for the rest of the afternoon / evening with all of our activities. I'm actually going to be getting ready to make some homemade bread. This is only my 3rd time making this, so I'm still fairly new. It is not sourdough. It's kind of like a sourdough cheat. It is not sourdough by any means, but it is beautiful and delicious, and I'm gonna take you along for the recipe. Okay, so I will have all of the instructions in the description box down below, but after this first round, you just place the bowl. I had preheated my oven to 200 degrees and then I had shut it off. I opened it up so it's just warm. We also have a warm function, but I just know it based on the degrees. Then I just cover the bowl with a towel. You can use plastic wrap, you could use foil, but I use a towel. You put it in the oven for 20 minutes in the bowl, and then we're gonna pull it out. And then after that 20 minutes in the oven, when I pull it out, then we're gonna flip it onto this parchment paper. You also can do your counter, but I'm just gonna do parchment paper that's covered in olive oil, okay? And then we're gonna do a stretch and a fold and a turn, and then at that point, we'll put it in our Dutch oven and put it back into the oven. I know it sounds confusing, but I promise you it's not. I'll have all of the instructions in the description box down below. Okay, girls, so it has definitely already doubled, as you can see. So now we're just gonna do one last on the oil. Look at the stringiness. That's how you know that our yeast is activated. I am not a bread expert, so don't come at me, but I'm learning. So this is gonna be my last one of folding and stretching on the oil. The next one I'm gonna do on flour, and that's when we will pop it into the Dutch oven. And to the Dutch oven, I'll add parchment paper at the bottom and like a 1/4 cup of water underneath the parchment paper. And that's when we will bake it. So after this fold, when you take it out is when you'll want to preheat your oven that's already warmed up. But so far, we're looking really good. Are looking amazing. I think they're almost ready. Let's see. Look at how beautiful. So there's 3 minutes left on the baguettes. Then I'm gonna pull those out, check the loaf. The loaf typically takes me like another 5 minutes on top of that, but I've just made a ginseng tea. So this will be perfect because we have leftover chicken that I made last night for dinner. So we're gonna have that as our dinner part 1. Because as I mentioned, Ronan has soccer. So his soccer starts at 6:45. Yeah, 6:45. So by the time that is done, I will pull that out. We'll have like dinner part 1, which should be at like 5:05 or 5:10. And then when soccer ends, we come home and we'll have dinner part 2. I have soup. Hold on. Which soup did I make? Because I've been making so many different Living Well soups. Okay, I had made our slow cooker. Hopefully that'll focus there. Chicken and wild rice soup. I had made that last night. So we will have that as dinner part 2. And then I had baked some of the chicken thighs. Okay, girls, so the microphone died on me here, but I was saying I had baked some of the chicken thighs that I had used in the slow cooker dinner, and we will have those as dinner part 1 with some green beans and a Caesar salad. The chicken thighs and a slice of bread will be dinner part 1, and then dinner part 2 will be my slow cooker chicken mushroom rice soup from Living Well. Okay, girls, it is done. Hold on, let me turn off the light. So stunning. So beautiful. I already sliced into the baguette. Texture is a 10 out of 10. So I made 2 of the baguettes. I like to, for the kids for lunch, I'll slice like one baguette in half. Well, I slice it lengthwise and then in half. And in there, I'll do like a bacon and a turkey and a shredded lettuce and cucumber sandwich for them for school lunches. They love it. And the beauty of this bread is the texture holds up really well. This one is definitely the prettier one. I'm still working on my shaping. Obviously, I'm new to the game. This is new for me. Of all of the time of year for me to pick up a new habit of making bread every single week, I'm literally making it every 6 days. This probably wasn't the perfect time of year, but there's never a right time, and why not? You know, honestly, why not? So this, I will have all of the instructions for you as well as the measurements in the description box down below. Again, I am new to this. This is a recipe that I got from one of my soccer mom friends on Ronan's soccer team. She is amazing. She makes her own at-home tallow soap, like all of the things. And so she had been telling me about her baguettes, and then she brought one to us at soccer practice. The kids devoured it on the car ride home, literally on the car ride home. I knew that I needed to recreate it. So I will have all of that for you in the description box down below. But I gotta get dinner part 1 ready to go to head out to soccer, because being prepared is so helpful. It is so helpful when life is busy and things are busy and you don't want to feel mentally or physically drained. Being prepared, having a plan, having things organized, taking your supplements, doing everything that you can is so helpful. It truly lightens the mental load. Therefore, you're not running around. I am running around because we're on a tight window and I'm solo mom this week, most weeks. But having a plan and having all of your ducks in a row, it doesn't have to be rigid, but at least having an outline is so helpful to take off that mental load of like, what do I have to do next? What am I going to feed them for dinner next? How am I going to get them out the door and ready for soccer? I already had a change of clothes ready before they got off the bus. I had everything organized, and it took me an extra 10 minutes, truly 10 minutes. It makes me feel so much more settled and at ease. Hi girls, good evening. I have just gotten the kids showered and in their pajamas, and they are downstairs watching Bluey. And so I just came up here. I'm still in the middle of drinking my little after dinner tea. I've been doing an after dinner tea quite a bit lately. Now that it is so chilly outside, I think it was 26 degrees today, honestly, when we were leaving soccer. So I've been doing an after dinner tea. This one is peppermint for digestion. So I've been making this as I do like a sweep of the kitchen and get the kitchen clean to get the coffee set and ready for tomorrow. That's kind of like my go-to thing that I've been doing a ton lately, and I've been loving it. So I'm almost done. I'm like halfway done with my tea, but I am going to hop in the shower. I'm going to do some dry brushing first and then hop into the shower. I have told you girls so many times my absolute love for dry brushing, especially in these colder months. My skin just loves this experience. So I hop into the shower before I turn the water on, and it takes me like 3 minutes in total, truly 3 minutes to dry brush my entire body. And then I turn on the shower, I let the water heat up, I step out, I turn on the shower, I let the water heat up. I'll just toss on my robe for a second or two. I'm not washing my hair tonight, so I'll probably put like a little bit of oil. I'm still loving the Loma hair oil after all of these years. So I'll just put on a little bit of hair oil, brush that through as the water heats up, and then I'll head into the shower. I'm not going to be washing my hair tonight, so I'll just like put it up on top of my head as I hop into the shower. But I want to thank you girls so much for watching today's video, and I hope more than anything that you have a deep understanding of why you may be showing up on a day-to-day basis feeling the way that you feel. And if you are feeling that way, there are measures that we can take. We can start with your labs to get a peek under the hood as to what's happening. From there, we can get an incredible snapshot as to maybe some nutrient depletion that you're experiencing, and we can fill in those gaps. And if that's not working, then I would love to connect with you one-on-one to help develop a plan, or have you jump inside Living Well, because the girls inside of that community are absolutely crushing it. So there is so much that we can do that you don't have to settle for not feeling well. Like in this day and age, with the access that we have from wearable devices to labs on demand, you do not need to settle. And so I hope more than anything, you feel empowered and inspired after watching today's video. And if you're interested in any of the lab testing that I have done with LabCorp On Demand, or any of the testing that they have available, I will have my link as well as my discount code for you in the description box down below. And if you enjoyed today's video, you can let me know by giving it a big thumbs up. And now the subscribe button is right over here on the screen. Give that a click, that way you don't miss a single video. And I hope to see you back here next Thursday.